A modern guide to fit and arsenal construction for two-handed bowlers. The #1 new release hit worldwide on Amazon. Find out the secrets of the pros, pitches and grip selection, what balls to use, when and why. Learn step by step how to lay out your own equipment and so much more. Become a better bowler and score more now. A modern guide to fit and arsenal construction for two-handed bowlers. Available now worldwide on Amazon and most major online retailers. Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of Laneside Reviews. As always, I am the bearded beast, Rob Johnson, joined once again by Scoops Porter, and somewhere in the ethos is old guy Wayne. But, I don't know. But we're about to go to the lanes with multiple styles to check out some brand new equipment and see how it stacks up. All right, and here we are down on the lanes with our resident speed dominant player, old guy Wayne Porter.
Yeah, and he's bowling the high friction house shot.
And we're looking at the new DV8 Mantra. This is a new core, a new thought process, and that's a lot of performance.
Yeah, that's way more than we thought we were going to get.
Now, when we got the information on this ball, it promised a lot of down lane performance.
Yes.
And I think we've already seen from the first shot.
Yes, it's there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's look at this. As we said, this is a new nameplate, a new ball.
Yeah.
So it's got the new Mantra core. Tell us a bit about it.
It's got a 2.498 RG.
Okay.
And a differential of 0.47.
So it's 0.47?
Yeah, 0.47.
Okay.
And
so that's kind of medium high.
Yeah, and intermediate differential of 0.11.
Okay, so it's just slightly asymmetric.
Yeah, barely.
So when we've seen these before in other lines, these have kind of been benchmarky core numbers.
Yeah, that's what we were talking earlier. It's that his numbers lead to more benchmark performance.
But this is anything but benchmark. First of all, out of the box, this thing's shiny.
Yeah, it's 500, 1,000, 1,500 plus compound.
So that's, once again, an HK22 ball that has a lot of surface on it, and yet with compound, this thing is like gleaming glass shiny.
Yeah, and it just makes it get down, far down the lane before it has a chance to kind of hook up, right? You're kind of spinning your tires and then...
So you can see here, we've already moved Wayne. Oh, just barely.
Yeah, just barely.
We've already moved him 5 boards left here.
Yeah.
For Wayne, we've always talked about hybrids being the kind of the in-between for everything.
Yeah.
This might be a really good ball for him on the house shot.
Yeah, yeah. It will give him room to play, get out a little bit more.
Yep. Because one of the things with our speed dominant players is they tend to play, they get forced to play it, straighter.
Yeah.
And if he has to get on top of the friction, with the amount of performance that we've already seen down lane, that opens up the pocket for him.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to have him move a little bit more here, and let's see if we can actually get him to strike. Look how deep he is.
Yeah.
And let's see what I mean. Threw it out to the friction.
And boom, there it is. Yeah.
He's not going to, unlike a lot of speed dominant players, he's not going to blow the rack apart.
Yeah.
He's more of a senior speed dominant where his revs are low.
Yeah.
But that's still, it literally exploded the pocket.
Yeah. It's got so much pin action from that core cover combination. So.
Are you telling me that maybe the combination of some dot and dynamic core plus HK22 means better carry?
Yeah, I would say that.
Okay, good, because if I say that, they're going to tell that you're just carrying the corporate line.
No, you can see it. The only thing that comes better than this for pin carry, I think, this combination is a one-piece ball.
Or like the two-piece balls.
Yeah, the two-piece balls. Sorry,
cover and core.
Cover and core. Just because they're so hard and dynamic, right? Where
now,
this is as good as you get. Like
now you can see there he tried to spin one up. He tried to throw it harder to get deep.
Yeah. Yeah.
With a speed dominant player, you get too much into the oil, you're not going to get as much performance.
Yeah.
You still see it hooked.
Yeah,
it's actually hooked.
As soon as it saw the friction, it hooked, right? It just was too far down lane, and like you
and
come
away
around,
inside.
Yeah. Well, and you come around the ball too. It tends to get down the lane further, right?
Yeah.
So
he created a little bit too much side rotation rather than good rotation. We want it forward.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's that's a good lesson for a lot of bowlers to look at where your rotation's pointed. if your rotation's going sideways,
Yeah.
when that ball hits friction, it's going to go sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's going to create so much over-under. I know that
Yeah.
that is, like, that's one of the reasons why you stop playing pearls.
Yes. Yeah. Because it was just too much if I missed it.
Yep.
Right? It just, yeah.
Oh, look at that.
There you go.
Oh! Love that dynamic core carry.
Yeah. That's why it's like I try to carry hybrids and solids in my bag. So.
Yep. So here we are. We've got Wayne throwing it, quote-unquote, left-handed.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you purists, please don't kill us. But look at it. I love watching the action. Look how it comes off.
Yeah. It just starts up a little bit sooner, so it's not so angular down lane and just kind of gets right into the pocket.
Yep. Now here we are with our bonus. This is a true benchmark ball, something that we would not put into our speed-dominant player's hands.
Yeah.
Because you can see out of his hand, that's straight.
Yeah.
That is real straight.
Yeah. It's just less angle to the pocket, little less entry.
Yep.
Now
check this out. You can't even see him with the mantra on the screen yet.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look how much deeper he is.
Yeah.
I've got that about 5 boards.
Yeah.
And so much more hook down lane.
Yeah. Definitely crisscrossed.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we're going to see it again in slow motion. Just check out just see, I mean, you can't see his feet because he slides so far back.
Yeah.
But just see where it hits the lane and then where it crosses down lane.
Yeah.
So he's getting about 5 boards farther out. Way more motion down lane.
Yeah, for sure.
And that opens up carry. You know, on a half hit, like we saw, it blew the rack open.
Yeah.
And here we are on the lower level. I'd say slow motion, but that's still coming up. This is just Wayne motion. And you can see it's not a bad shot. Like, it gets through the pins, but you can see the deflection caused by symmetric.
Yeah, exactly. And it's going to say, and that's going to get worse as the night goes on.
That's right. But with something like the mantra that has just a little bit of asymmetry to it, you can see it almost left the deck at the same place, but it had more overall hook.
Yeah.
It hit the pocket harder. Here we're going to go in regular speed for Wayne.
Yeah. It's just the coming in from that steeper angle is going to give you more potential for strikes.
Yeah, you can see up it gets down a little bit farther, maybe a foot and a half, 2 foot. Much shorter hook zone.
Yeah.
Really popped across here.
Yeah.
Now then, here you are throwing it.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk a little bit about surface.
Yes.
Because, well, watch this. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a strike.
Technically, yeah, absolutely.
But, but that was a lot more than, I mean, that's my benchmark spot, but
Yep.
we just mentioned that this is benchmark numbers, so we thought it'd be a lot closer, maybe a little bit higher, but
yeah, maybe through the nose, but not a full a full pocket difference.
running away, yeah.
So automatically we're going to move you right off the bat. We moved you like 5 boards left.
Yeah.
Just to try to get you back into the pocket.
Yeah.
So we were talking a little bit about surface here.
See, and that was a bit better, but it was just a little light, right?
Yep. So we move you 1 back?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. We were talking about surface and how this thing is so shiny.
Yeah.
But it's 1,500 plus compound.
Yeah.
And it's like glassy.
Yeah.
If we wanted to turn this, say, into more of a benchmark ball, especially for house leagues, something that's going to be not as early as some of the ones we've seen in the past, it's not going to be as whippy as we see in the pearls, what would you do to this?
I'd probably hit it with a 2,000 pad to start, if not a 1,500, just to get it to roll a little bit early, get that compound off,
Get it so it's not so whippy down lane, because you can see how it comes off.
Whoa! Yeah. See, now we move back, and now we got a 10-pin. So
we may be in the wrong zone here. We may have to move farther.
Yeah.
Now, that's another great lesson for people. If there are 2 things that you can do here when you see you go 7-pin, 10-pin like this. First one is you can change balls.
Yes. Yeah.
The other one is you can change zones.
Yeah.
Maybe you're just not throwing the ball in the right spot.
Just playing the wrong part of the lane, which happens to all of us.
And you think we were expecting, looking at those numbers, we were expecting something more benchmarky.
Yeah.
You could imagine our confusion. Look, we've moved you deeper.
Yeah. You can see the difference when it picked up. Like,
that's right.
It was just more oil and then got out to the friction and then kind of shaped it up a little bit better. So.
Yep. Also allowed you to use a little bit more rotation.
Yeah.
So that way it observed a little bit of more energy down lane.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting. I was really surprised by this. Now, you said you were going to hit it with a 2000 pad. This, what would that do to the reaction?
Oh, it would get it to roll a little bit earlier.
Okay.
And kind of
Smooth out?
Yeah. And that's kind of what I would want this ball to do a little bit more of.
Yeah, because you can see it stands up really fast.
Yeah, so it's just very touchy. Like if you get a little bit too much off the side, then it just becomes an angle monster.
Yeah.
Right? And then if you get right behind it, it just kind of doesn't want to
move as much.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you're trying to find a spot and you just change your hand position by mistake, because we're not all perfect, then you could be tapping out. But there's so much potential.
Boy,
because it's got that. So.
We're throwing away so much free information on this.
Yeah, I know.
Talking about changing surfaces, changing balls. I hope people like this review.
Yeah.
If you guys are enjoying all this information, make sure that you comment down below. Look at how that went through the pins.
See, that one was a lot tighter,
and
it stayed in the oil a little bit longer, and it got the friction out. So that became more like the asymmetrics I've thrown in the past.
Yep.
Right.
All right, and here you are throwing it left-handed, and I said, for my eye, I can see this motion when I see it come off your hand. Look at how it gets to the pins.
Yeah, and you can see that I put a lot of side motion on it. Yeah.
Because we forced you deeper.
Yeah.
Now, as we said, and here you are with the bonus, if we put more surface on it, we could change the distance and get it through the pocket better.
Yeah.
So here you are, and you can see, very straight, very controllable.
Yeah. Yeah, this ball will never be that.
No.
I mean, even if you take it down, like I don't know how you could get that surface to be that. Just this technology that's in this cover.
But you could get them closer, because the way I'm seeing about 7 with your feet.
Yeah.
Probably close to the same. Let's watch it again here. I think about the same with hook. Let's just and check out the difference in distance, because that's always a huge
big thing,
sign. God, look at you! It's like watching a carbon copy every time you throw that. Yeah, you can see it got down maybe 6 inches farther, but so much more angle and so
well,
much
it covered
harder.
So much more of the lane, right? So.
Yeah, so much harder off the spot.
Yeah.
Speaking of lane level, hey, nice jeans.
I was gonna say right in the camera.
And here it comes.
You can really see my 5-board drift in that angle, because I'm right in front of the camera when I start, and then when I'm finished, I'm kind of off to the side.
Yep. But you know what? You do it the same. Every time.
Yeah.
One of the things I love when I'm doing these reviews, when I'm editing them, is when I put the actual video together.
Yeah.
You throw the ball the exact same way every time. Like your drift, your arm swing, everything is identical. Watch the bonus here for a second. I may have misjudged the distance on this. That bonus actually started up quite a bit earlier. Because watch, it starts up right about there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it might be 1 or 2 feet. From the top view, you can't really tell that much.
It's a lot. It's still hard to tell here, but.
Whoa! Now look at this.
All right.
Hey, I'm back.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not two-handed or not one-handed.
Yeah.
But I am back here. We managed to get another ball so that we could all get on the video here together. Having watched you guys do this, I knew that. Maybe I'm going to lay this one out a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Went with a little bit more length in the drill angle. Still pretty snappy in the valve angle. But, boy, oh boy. I knew right off the bat I may have struck there, but I was trying to roll that as far forward as I possibly could.
Just stay right under it. No.
That's right.
No side. Like, get off.
And it's cool. This part of the pour pattern on this, in all the balls that we got, is you can actually see it when it gets to a certain point. It almost looks like it's got a ring around it.
Yeah.
The brands have been doing...
You see there, yeah.
The brands have been doing a really good job of making their pours have more shelf appeal.
Yeah.
And they're very similar ball to ball.
Yeah.
It used to be you got a ball and it was kind of a who knows.
Yeah.
And, don't forget to buy my book.
Yeah.
And with the new ones, they're getting very similar, so... You can almost, we saw it with our Mesmerize when we threw them. They looked very similar.
Very close, yeah. which has got to be hard to do. So they got to be some kind of fancy trick they're pulling off.
The way they're doing it is working really, really well. I mean, maybe this is the same technology that they're using for like the 4-color balls, so they can control exactly how the pour is. So I'm going to move again here because you can see, as Nick said, that ball was high.
Yeah, that one was a little bit higher. Here comes. You're still playing so much up the back.
Yeah.
Like, see, you didn't get that one out, and it still, even deep in the oil with your rev rate, just came off that spot like crazy.
Yeah. Now, I bowled a tournament recently, and one of the things I learned is I got to throw the ball harder. And this is why. Because even a ball like this that's supposed to be quote-unquote benchmark more like, you put that gigantic HK22 cover on it, and suddenly it hooks off.
Oh, that's the thing. It's just... And this cover is something kind of interesting because it's the hybrid version of the cover that was on the Brutal Collision.
Yep. And the Troublemaker.
So
this is like the you can almost make a full arsenal out of those three
balls. Yeah, they have the same cover, just one's a pearl, one's a solid.
Look how deep I am.
Wow. And it still got high.
What is that?
It just went down like an extra foot and moved the pin and everything.
Curse you, 4-pin. Yeah, we had to respot it. I'm sorry. We don't like to do a lot of cuts. Sometimes you'll see them if we've got a respot or stuff like that. But yeah, I was, after watching you guys and even trying to lay this ball out to be a little bit less performance-y.
Yeah.
This thing just had...
Oh, there you go.
See how fast it came off the spot there? This thing has real potential.
Yeah.
And I always talk about, when you're bringing balls with you to a tournament, how versatile are they going to be with surface?
Yeah.
Well, we've seen this thing shiny.
Yeah.
So I already know taking some surface off of it is going to smooth it out.
Yeah.
This is the kind of ball I could see if I wasn't sure on a medium pattern, maybe taking this as a step down from my benchmark.
Yeah.
Maybe something after I've thrown my urethane when I need something with a little bit more performance down lane, but I don't want to go to a big ball yet.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I'm going to throw one more here. Look at this. I even stopped dead. Like, I ran into the... Why not?
Yeah.
I ran into the foul line.
Foul line cap.
Come on, I need that space. That's an extra inch I need to slide.
They, I can't say enough good things. And Brunswick kind of has been, DV8's been kind of getting lost in the shuffle, I find.
Yeah.
But this ball is a very, very good ball.
Look at it come off. That is, that's a lot of performance for a ball that's only an 047, 011.
Yeah.
Like, here I am with my Rattler. Similar to the bonus, every company has a ball with these kind of core dynamics. And you can see, even for me as a two-hander, it's not a super-duper hooking ball.
No. And that was way out in the friction. You got it out early, and it started hooking up sooner, right?
Yep. Now, look at the difference here between the two balls, if I ever come back onto screen here. Yeah. I got me 10 boards difference, but interestingly, I had it a foot earlier.
Yeah.
Because I am able to hit it harder and get to the friction, get on top of the friction, my break point for it is actually sooner than my Rattler.
Well, that's also because you're throwing it out of the gutter, so it's got to cover like all the boards.
That's true.
Yeah, right?
Because watch, it picks up there, and the Rattler is farther down lane by then.
Yeah, we probably covered like 7 more feet.
Yeah, it's a possibility. We'll see it here on the lane level here. So you're talking about kind of DV8 being lost in the shuffle. If you actually look at their current lineup, they don't have a benchmark.
No.
So maybe, I'm with you.
Yeah.
This thing with 2000.
Yeah.
Maybe down the line we're gonna see a solid version of this.
Yeah, would probably put it right
in the good spot.
Right in the money spot. Yeah.
Look at it come off there.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I've picked up a new mantra.
Yeah.
It's like om, 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 womp bomb a loo bop. Look at this thing strike.
Yeah.
Like if I can hardly wait to throw this in league.
Yeah. It's gonna be so good for you. It's gonna give you so much room and potential.
Oh yeah. Look at the way it gets through the pins. I want 2. One with surface, one without.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna strike all night. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a show. So until next time, guys, we'll see you laneside.